Hello and welcome to another cEDH TV gameplay video. Let's get to it.
All right, so as a shout out and honor to Sheldon Menery, I am playing his deck list of Najeela. Pretty straightforward. You know, we're trying to go for infinite combat steps. We've got Derevi, we've got other fetches in there, and again, just excited to play this deck because Sheldon Menery was awesome, and everybody I know will miss him.
Well, the Tyrannid 10th edition codex just launched on Saturday, so in honor of that, I am playing the Magus Lucea Kane, which is a human Tyrannid wizard. So we're going to do some shenanigans with her and hopefully collect some biomass.
So the Dargo server has its hold over me, and they are once again forced me to play Dargo, this time with Ikra. So this is one of the more Dargo-centric lists that focuses on just cheating stuff in and abusing Dargo's high CMC.
So currently I've been starting to calculate statistics on various cEDH tournament lists, and the next one I'm actually working on is kinnan. So I decided that I should actually try and play some kinnan myself, so I have some opinions about it when I showcase some win rates and card selections and such. So I'm going with this deck because I kinda like big stompy things. It's fun to activate kinnan and flip into Void Winnowers and Hullbreaker Horrors and things like that.
Let's draw starting 7. So this hand is just a turn 2 NOS, and if we draw any fast mana, we have backup. That's pretty good. We don't have that many blue decks in the pod, so... And the blue decks aren't that blue, like they do run counter spells. Kinnan can come down early and represent fierce, but they're not the most controller lists. So a turn 2 NOS going first should just get us there. We don't have anything going for us if it gets countered, but I feel pretty safe in gambling on this, and if we do draw the fast mana, it's just straight free. So yeah, turn 2 NOS going first. Let's see if it works out.
So this hand is actually rather amazing, I have to say. So we have we're lacking a secondary artifact for Mox Opal, so it's not over the top, but we have Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt will tap for free mana with kinnan. And if we just top deck an artifact, there's a bunch of artifacts in this deck, then Mox Opal will be amazing too. There is actually a huge reason to mulligan this hand, because it's not super developing into something that fast. Like, we're gonna have a kinnan turn 2, but unless we make some third artifact here, we're not really gonna get a kinnan activation. However, with a mystical tutor and some brainstorm, we should be able to figure something out here. So in the end, I'm actually going to keep this hand. Because, like, step 1, accumulate mana, step 2, use tutor, and that's exactly what we have here. We could mulligan, but I kinda wanna live the dream of top decking an artifact.
Okay, let's do mulligans. Let's see what our first 7 is. Galactic Spot, Windfall, Training Center, an Elvish Mystic. Okay, this has all our colors. This gets us a turn 3 commander, but we don't, and then we could Windfall into Expel. Yeah, let's keep it.
All right, let's take our first 7. See what's up. Okay, this first 7, not terrible. We've got Utopia Sprawl and Dark Ritual, Zealous Persecution. I haven't seen that card actually in this build or anything like that, so that'll be interesting to think about. So we could do something like Overgrown Tomb into making red, and then Dark Ritual to get Najeela out on turn 2. But there's not much else going on in this deck, this build at least. I mean, Enlightened Tutor, I could use that maybe to get Dual Lotus or something of that sort, but I don't know. There's just a little bit of awkwardness with this hand, so let's go for our second 7. Okay, second 7, much better. We got Diabolic Intent, so if we can get Najeela out on turn 1, which we'll plan to, we could sacrifice a warrior, try to get something like Derevi. We've also got enough lands, and we've got enough for interaction if we wanted to fetch up, let's say, Steam Vents or Volcanic Island. So I think with Scrubland, or Savannah, excuse me, with that, I think we've got like some pretty good options here. So I'm going to keep the second 7. Let's get started.
I will take my turn. That's a very nice draw. Land for turn will be a Wooded Foothills. I will fetch, finding a bayou, tap it to cast a Elvish Mystic, and then I will pass turn.
I'm gonna draw a card. Woo-hoo-hoo! That nailed it. Land for turn is a misty rainforest. I will sacrifice it. Finding a tropical island. I will cast a mana crypt. Tap the mana crypt to cast this grim monolith. Then we're gonna follow up with a Mox Opal, not Amber, Mox Opal, the good one. Now I actually have Metalcraft. I have 1, 2, 3 artifacts, so green, blue, and I'm gonna cast my commander Kinnan. And then I pass the turn, like a Passius.
Okay, time to take my turn and draw a card. That is a card. We will play Verdant Catacombs and crack it for a tropical island. And then we will tap our tropical island and cast a Elvish Mystic. And with that, I'll pass the turn.
Take my turn. Draw a card. I will do Wooded Foothills, tap it, pay a life. Okay, finding a volcanic island, mana crypt, tap volcanic island and mana crypt for Najeela. Okay, I've got 6 cards in hand. Pass turn.
Go to my turn. In my upkeep, I will tap by you to cast a Vampire Tutor. Vampire Tutor resolves. I will put this card on top, and I would like to move to draw. Draw for turn. Land for turn will be a Mana Confluence. I will tap Elvish Mystic for a green. I will cast a Lotus Petal, and then I will take a damage to Mana Confluence to cast a Calling the Weak, sacrificing my Elvish Mystic.
I know exactly where this is going, but sadly I pass.
Calling the Weak resolves. I will use the 4 black and my floating green to cast a Ad Nauseam. Ad Naus resolves. Land, Mox Opal, Pattern Rebirth, Razaketh, Arcane Signet, Polluted Delta, Gemstone Caverns, Forbidden Orchard, Dark Ritual, Gemstone Mine, Sacrifice, Badlands, Yagwil, Wishclaw, Eldritch Evolution, City of Traitors, Final Fortune, Elvish Spirit Guide, Talisman of Indulgence, and I will stop there, because I might die. I will crack Lotus Petal to cast a Dark Ritual. I'll use 2 black to cast a Arcane Signet. I'll use the other black and exile a Elvish Spirit Guide to cast a Talisman of Indulgence. I will cast a Mox Opal, and then I will cast a Final Fortune. Final Fortune resolves. So this is a 7 I keep going into my last turn. Go to my last turn. Land for turn will be a City of Traitors. I will tap it, have a colorless floating to cast a Wishclaw Talisman. I will use my colorless floating to activate Wishclaw Talisman, finding this card. I will then cast the Dockside I found. I will make 5 treasures due to the Wishclaw I gave to Rhetoric. I will sacrifice 3 treasures to cast a Eldritch Evolution sacrificing Dockside. Eldritch Evolution will find Bergi. I will use another treasure to cast Dargo for 1 red. Trigger Bergi, make a red. I'll tap my Bayou to cast Sacrifice, sacrificing Dargo, make another red from Bergi. Sacrifice will make 7 black. I will use the 1 red from Bergi to cast Dargo, making another red. I will use my 7 black mana and 1 red to cast Razaketh. I will activate Razaketh, sacrificing Dargo. So Razaketh will find this card. I will use my red floating and a treasure to cast this Underworld Breach, making a red from Bergi. I will use this red to cast a Dargo, sacrificing my artifacts, making another red. I will cast Lotus Petal, exiling 3 lands, making a red from Bergi. I will sacrifice Dargo, going down to 1 life, to tutor 1 more time, finding Altar of Dementia. So from here I can present an infinite loop where I cast Dargo for a red, and gain a red back, and mill myself for 7. I can also cast Lotus Petal to generate more colors in general. So I will middle through my whole library with this combo. I can't win with it because it's Final Fortune, and if I pass, I die. But the end state will be that I mill through my library, and then I cast Witherbloom Apprentice and Shane of Smog to kill the table. Witherbloom better than Thoracle? Probably. Good game.
Pontus, you didn't even let me play turn 2. Second game, fellas?
Yes, I would like a second game. That was an awesome start with Kinnan. I hope to get one better. Mean, Pontus! Behave!
I have a pre-game effect of a Gemstone Caverns. And I will be getting rid of this Neoform.
Well, my first game had an amazing start. We didn't do mulligans this one, but, well, you're already seeing it, so here we go. Draw a card for turn. That turned great. First, land drop Forest. I'm gonna play a Mana Crypt. Gonna play a Mox Diamond, pitching this cavern, and then we're casting a Mox Opal, because we can. Tap Forest, tap this thing, cast a Kinnan, Bounder Prodigy. Now I actually don't have any targets, but we're still gonna cast Manglehorn, because artifacts are gonna come into play tapped, and this means that those explosives, land, mana crypt, rustic studies won't work. So with a Manglehorn in play, Kinnan, Mana Crypt, Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, I can't ask for anything better than this. I'm passing the turn.
Go to my turn. Taiga, land for turn. Tap it for a Ignoble Hierarch and pass the turn.
Alright, draw for turn. Play this Bloodstained Mire. I'm going to fetch it to grab a tropical or volcanic island. And then I'm going to pass the turn. Alright, well, I do want to play my Elvish Mystic so I can get my commander out next turn, but I feel like Keenan is about to do some nonsense that hopefully I can stop with my mana drain, and then with that mana I might be able to cast my commander anyway, so I think the best course of action is just to hold up 2 lands and go from there.
Take my turn. And let's see if I get a second turn. All right. We are going to play Tropical Island. We're going to tap it. Carpet of Flowers. All right. Carpet of Flowers resolves. I'll move through to my second main phase. I'll make 1 black with Jordan's Island, cast an Imperial Seal. All right, Imperial Seal resolves, finding this card and putting it on top of my library. Other than that, I've got 5 cards in hand. Pass turn.
Heads is damage from the Mana Crypt. That's a heads, I take 3 damage. Draw a card. So we have the combo in our hand. We have the 8 mana Tide Spout Tyrant, and we can pay 8 mana and cast it and win the match. However, we can't, because when we cast it, we're tapped out. If I would have like a 0 costing artifact in my hand, I could win the game from the spot afterwards. However, I think what we should do here is instead activate Kinnan and hope for the best instead, and just wait until we draw into something. Because I don't really want to tap out for that big thing. Also kinda just activating Kinnan for nothing is also kinda sad. But I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Activate Kinnan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna take this Wandering Archaic and put that into play. That's usually good. Pontus, I'm attacking you with my 2 creatures.
No blocks, take 4.
Pass turn.
Go to my turn. I will cast a tapped Arcane Signet and pass turn.
Alrighty, draw a card to go to my turn. We will play this Rejuvenating Springs. We will tap it for a green and cast a Land of War Elves and pass the turn.
Take my turn. Draw the card I knew was there. All right, I will put a Volcanic Island into play and make a red from Jordan's Island. Tap all these to cast Najeela. All right, Najeela resolves. 5 cards in hand, fellas. Pass turn.
Heads is damage. Tails, no damage. Draw a card for turn. I have the exact count I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Big genie 8 mana on the stack.
I have no response.
Alright, I have a mana drain, but I am 1 short for paying for Archaic, so if someone can deal with the Archaic, I can deal with the Tidespout Tyrant.
Fellas, I got nothing. Pass.
So apparently activating Kinnan first, flipping into Wandering Archaic, saved the day. I'm gonna cast this Lotus Petal and trigger my Tidespout Tyrant, returning this tapped Mox Opal to my hand. And here I have a loop with Mana Crypt and Mox Opal to generate infinite mana. With infinite mana I have infinite Kinnan activations. With that I can find Thrasius the Triton hero, and still with infinite mana I have infinite draws. Activating Kinnan infinitely means I'm gonna put a lot of creatures into play, and then with Thrasius draw into Final of Devastation, still with the infinite mana, cast it for enormous, give all my creatures haste, and then swing for the win. GG's! You know, sometimes Magic is, or multiplayer cEDH is player 4. I'm sorry, Rederick, you're player 4 2 times, and I mean, turn order really matters. I think this game showcased that, sadly.
Yeah, totally. I did not play either of those games. I watched you guys play. That's okay, though. It happens.
Yeah.
Turn order matters and opening hands matter.
Yes, I'm gonna be honest. I think I was really lucky this game, opening with that, and
dropping the Archaic, because I had the response to the thing.
yeah, you did. Oh, that would have been so amazing. Mana draining a Tidespout for 8 mana.
Yeah, I cast my commander, then I had solve the equation in my hand, so I get my expel, and then I'm winning the next turn potentially.
Yeah.
And people who are watching and were like, "Why didn't you just play that?" Because I may have done something where, like, Mons could have dug for demonic consultation and had a counter spell. So yeah, it was kind of just, I think it was a lost cause.
On the other hand, what you could have done, I have Wandering Archaic, you have Demonic Consultation, you could begin with Consult first, because that means that I am going to consult in response to a Force of Will, and then counter your Consult, which would kind of destroy me. However, there's an argument of that's still not kind of good. I mean, you're not gaining anything, you're just hurting me. So there is an argument for doing it, but I think there's still an argument for not doing it. Just like you did.
What do you call it, Pontus? Hopium?
Hopium indeed.
Where does this hopium copium come from, by the way? I keep hearing you say that all the time.
It's just online slang, I would say.
Okay.
They are the rarest minerals, the hopium and the copium.
Well, we were here for a good time, but not a long time. Thanks for watching.